Hi everyone, this video is going to give a quick walkthrough on how to use the new user portal center that is on the NADAC website. So to access the user portal, you are going to come over to the data center tab and click user information portal. Now, anytime you need to log in, anytime you need to access this information, it is done through the data center and then the user information portal tab. This tab up here that says login admin only is only for admins. It is only for the NADAC staff. You do not want to click that to try to log into your user portal. You will always go data center and then user information. So we're going to click the user information portal, and that is going to bring us to the screen to enter in your dog's registration number. Now, your registration number must be exact. So it needs to have the exact, so 2101001 is Wally's number. It needs to have that dash and no spaces before or after. Now that's going to bring up my information that is on file. So my email that is in the NADAC database, there's the last four of my phone number, or I can use a password. So we're going to go through each one of these. So if I want to use a password, I can click use password. And now I've already have one set up for the portal. If this is your first time using the portal, or maybe you've done this, but something's gone wrong and now you want to reset your password, you must come down and click this red button that says request password reset via email. So if you've never used this portal before, you've never made a password, you have to come down and click this red button. So I already have a password, but we're going to go ahead and change it. And I'm going to click the reset password. Now it has sent an email or an email to my email that's on file within NADAC, right? So we're going to go open up my email and pull out that request password. So this is the email that you will get. There's going to be a link inside that says click here to reset your password. So I will click that link and it brings me to this page where I can set a password. So I'm going to go ahead and set my new password into these two tabs. They must match exactly. Once I've done that, you're going to click submit new password. Now it has successfully reset my password. And if you're having issues, that little button, you click here if it doesn't redirect you. So now we're back to the login page. So now I'm going to enter Wally's number again. And that will again bring up my information. I'm going to click the use password button. Now my computer is auto-filling it, but we're going to take that away and we're going to enter in my password. And then I will click login. And this now brings me to all of my information. So this is your owner detail page. Then we'll, dog details, bonus, point history. So we're going to get into that in a minute. I'm going to go back to the main login page and show you how to use the code features. All right, so we're back at the login page. We're going to enter in Wally's number again, bringing up my information. So we're going to send the code to my phone. So the big thing here is that this email and your phone number must be what we have in our database. If you look at this email and that's an old email or it's spelled wrong or something's wrong with it, if you click to send that code to your email, it is going to send it to the wrong email and our system will not know what to do with it. Same with this phone number. If those are not the last four of your phone number, it is not going to be able to send that code. Now, sending the code to your phone is always faster than through email, and there is always a chance when sending to your email, it has been ending up in people's spam or it doesn't go through, things like that. So if you are able to, sending the code to your cell phone is usually the fastest and easiest way to do this. Now, if you have done both of these, and I'm going to take you through how we send the code. If you have sent the code, you've done email, you've done phone, you're not receiving the code, it could be that there's something up within our database, and so make sure and email support@nadac.com. So we're going to do send code to the phone. So I'm going to click that box, and then I'm going to click send code. Now it's just waiting, right? So down here it says send code, and there's the code right there. It just popped up through my phone. Now it keeps autofilling my password, so you don't need to worry about that. That bar will be blank. And then my computer is bringing in the code from the phone, right? So there's the code, and then I'm going to click login, and it's bringing me to the same page as I did if I had used my password. So you just want to make sure, like my computer is trying to log everything in, but those bars will be blank, and you're going to enter in that code that came in via text message to your phone, or if you did email, it'll come in the same way as when we did the password reset. So now let's take a look at what's inside the user portal. So the default page that it brings you to is going to be your owner details. So here you can come in and update your info, right? If you see info that's in here that you're like, okay, you know, my street address is wrong, you can click edit owner info, and now I can come in and change, you know, anything needs to be changed. My address needs to be updated. My phone number needs to be updated. Anything like that. Once you've made that change, click save owner info. And now that has been updated within our database. If you come down and you look, my membership is expiring in January of 2026. So let's say you need to renew, or maybe you want to apply. You can click this button, and I'm not going to click it right now, but that will take you through the registration steps for renewing or applying for your associate membership. And that's pretty much all of it for your owner info, right? So within your owner details, you can also come over here and click your dog details. Now, you're going to always want to pay attention to this bar, because this page will always come up blank as a default until you select a dog. So we're going to select Wally. Now here is all of Wally's info. It's going to give his number, name, his register name, height card, all that sort of stuff. That info is all going to be here, and more things are going to be added in the future, as well as, you know, be able to print your registration card, your height card, all that sort of good stuff. Now, none of this is, you cannot edit this. If you come in and you see that something is wrong, your height is wrong, maybe the dog's birthday, etc., you will need to email support@nadac.com, and we can get that changed over for you. You can also come in and click this button where it says register a new dog. And so you can click that if you have a new dog to register, and it'll bring in all of your info, and everything is all done within one page. I'm not going to click that right now, so we'll stay onto this. So again, I can click my owner details. Let's say I want to look at my point history. So I'm going to open point history. Again, pay attention to this bar because everything will come up blank as your default. So you want to come in and select your dog. So again, we're going to select Wally. Now here's all of his points. As a default, it is going to show all classes and all years. So this is all of his points. There's chances, gamblers, jumpers, and you can just continue to scroll down to view all of your dog's points. Let's say I just want to look at touch and go. So now I can pull up just touch and go. Here are all his touch and go points. It is defaulting to, like, here's his first earned. I can click date earned, click it, and now it's going to show here's the latest touch and go point that he has earned. Maybe I just want to look at touch and goes he has earned in 2025. I can click 2025 and only bring in those. I can then click date earned and cycle through. Do I want the earliest date or the latest date that he has earned them? Now, if I scroll over to the side, we can take a look at all of his data, his DRI, what the standard, the distance, sorry, your dog's time, the yardage, your course name, all of that stuff is going to be listed in here, right? And so then I can go back and let's say I want to look at regular. Now my year selection is still on 2025. So I want to say I want to look at all years of his regular. You need to make sure and select those bars. If you have selected something and then you go and you change your class, it's going to continue to hold that previous selection. So that's just something you want to look at. Now let's say I want to look at a different dog. I'm just going to go click. Let's say we pull up Allie's points. Now it is going to bring up all her points, and it defaults down into, there's her regular, let's say from 2022, and it's going to pull in all her different points, right? So anytime you want to view a new dog, you have to make sure and check these other boxes because they hold your previous selection. So let's say I want to go look at my awards and titles. So again, you want to select your dog. We're going to select Walls. And so here are all his certificates and his awards earned. So I can kind of cycle down through all of these and look at everything. I can come down and look at all of his awards, right? Let's say I want to request awards or certificates. There's this button over here. So we're going to click that button, and that is going to bring us to the awards request. Now, it wants to verify your address. So mine can autofill, but you want to make sure that the address is correct from that owner details. And then I'm going to come in, and again, we're going to pick a dog, say pick Wally. And now you'll see little check boxes next to all your titles. So here's all his titles. And if I check that box, let's say I want his elite chances, I'm going to continue to scroll. Here's his awards. Let's say I want his 1,000 lifetime. I can scroll through and pick which titles I want. And then this button right here, it says submit requests. I'm not going to click it, but when you click it, that will automatically submit the request for those titles and awards and send it into our system. All right, so I am going to go back. So the thing with when you click this award and title form is that you will need to exit out of the screen because it is trying to, send all your title and, information in. You will need to X back out. If you hit the back button, it's just going to try to re-log you in to that data center. So it's much cleaner just to go back and click your user information portal and sign back in. That is something that he is working on to make it just a little bit cleaner, but for right now, it is easier just to go back. So the last thing, I forgot we changed my password. So the last thing we want to look at is how to submit bonuses, which is also within here. So here's your owner details again. I can go in, I'm going to click bonuses. So if you have a bonus to submit, again, select your dog because everything comes up as just a blank default. So select your dog. Let's say we're going to select Wally, and then I can pick which class. Let's say touch and go, and we'll do the year 2025. So let's say I have a bonus to submit on this run. So I'm going to click this box. It says submit a bonus. Here's where I would enter in the YouTube link. And then here's where I would select if it's a bonus or if it's a regular run and it's a 2-sequencer, a distance challenge. And then I would come down and click submit bonus, right? So we're going to take that away. This is also where you can see bonuses that you have submitted. So if let's say I had submitted that bonus on this touch and go run, over here where it says bonus type and then notes, once it goes into our review process, you will see that the bonus type, if it gets approved as a bonus or a distance challenge, and then notes if a note is written on, which sequences were approved or if it was denied as a bonus, that will all be written over here in the notes section. So any of these tabs you can be able to click through. The big thing is to remember to always select your dog so you can see their info. If you want to look at points history and submit bonuses, you're going to always click back to your owner details, and there's your bonus tab. In your points history tab, your dog details is showing, again, just information on your dog. If you need to change any of that, you want to email support@nadac.com. You look at things and update if you need to, like your email, your phone number, all that sort of stuff can be done through that owner details page. And that's pretty much it. If there is an issue with trying to log in, or let's say you come into your points history and you go to select a dog and your dog is not showing, things like that, be sure to email support@nadac.com. If you're having any issues logging in, is that maybe your phone number is not correct, your email is not correct, or there could be something going on that we need to take a look at. But this hopefully will give everybody an idea how to log in, how to use the portal, and then once you're in the portal, how to find all of the different information.